My name's Brian Balmer. I am the tournament director for the 2019 Scotland Junior Golf Invitational. Glad you're watching this. I'm going to do my best to educate you on our tour, the event, and what you can expect leading up to next summer's tournament. Quick background. I was a teaching tennis pro in St. Louis, Missouri for 25 years, working primarily with juniors. I was a high school and university coach in tennis, and after moving out to Phoenix, Arizona, I was a high school golf coach. My first trip to Scotland was in 1990. It was with my father, his partner, and my college roommate. We went over. First round we played was at North Berwick West Links. I was a tennis guy at the time. I wasn't that enamored with golf, but played. Once I got over to Scotland, I recognized the history. I fell in love with the style of play, the people, and everything about Scotland. I've been a passionate golfer ever since. I play amateur events, and 5 years ago started the Scotland Junior Golf Invitational. I had been out playing a round of golf at North Berwick. The winds were up 30 miles an hour plus, and I got done and was thinking about my son back in Phoenix, Arizona. He and his buddies all like to hit it high and let it fly, and I was just curious how they would handle that kind of weather. I was introduced to North Berwick's Junior Conveyor, and he introduced me to some additional people. Before I knew it, we had our first group of 4 golfers on their way over. We had an amazing trip. The next year we had 10. Last year we were up to 36 players. This year we're anticipating 48 boys and 40 girls on 2 separate tour dates. Now to some nuts and bolts for this coming event. Number one thing that you will hear me talk about and reiterate again and again. The number one thing you cannot forget, you cannot misplace, is your passport. We're doing everything we can to make that easy. Your coach will be collecting the passports from everyone as soon as they pass through customs in the United States. He will hold the passports while we're on the flight. Once we get off the flight, he will give everyone their passport. We'll clear customs in Edinburgh, and then he will collect them again. You shouldn't need your passport again until we are ready to go back to the United States. It's an easy way to keep things safe, keep things simple. Should you lose that passport, we will have a copy of it. That won't get you back into the States, but it will make things easier when we go to the embassy to get another passport. We have never lost a passport. We've had a couple of anxious moments in the past, but we will be fine. Trip insurance. Highly recommend everyone takes out trip insurance. The way this is structured, everything is non-refundable after your state team meeting. It's 100% pay it, and I'm sending it directly to the courses, to the clubs, to the homeowners. So trip insurance will help should anything happen where you are unable to go. We highly recommend travelguard.com. You can find out more about it there. You can also contact Gloria at Travel Concepts, 636-240-3300. Or you can call me and I'll be happy to put you in touch with her. Money over in Scotland. We will be using the British pound. The current exchange rate is $1.31 to purchase 1 pound. Far and away the best, easiest, and most cost-effective way to get your currency is to do it at the ATM once you get off of your flight. You will arrive, once you clear customs in Edinburgh, there are 2 or 3 ATM machines. We will have plenty of time for everyone to take out 100 to 150 pounds. As long as your ATM card has a 4-digit PIN, you'll be fine. If it has a 5-digit PIN, you will need to check with your bank and get it converted to a 4-digit PIN. Cell phones. Cell service is fantastic over there. But you do want to get with your provider and see what their overseas plan is. You're looking for a United Kingdom plan. My wife and son and I are all with T-Mobile. With us, we don't even have to let them know anymore. It costs us 20 cents a minute for a phone call back to the States or for a phone call while we're in the UK. Data and texting is free. Payment over there. Most of the things that we're going to be doing, you will be able to use a credit or a debit card as long as it's MasterCard or a Visa. That is the cheapest and best way to go about it. There is no exchange paid. You just pay what the daily rate is for the British pound. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is available in all of the apartments, in all of the dorms, anywhere that we're staying. It's available at the golf clubs and also at the restaurants. Lodging. We will be staying in St. Andrews at David Russell Apartments. These are the dorms for the University of St. Andrews. They're not dorms like what I grew up with. They're very nice. They are single rooms with a private bathroom. They are efficient. The bathroom reminds me a lot of being on a ship. It's very small, it's very efficient, but it also is very nice. The beds are comfortable. We also have a common area there with pool tables and ping pong and some games for everyone to play in the evening when we get done with everything. It's a great spot for everyone to wind down and socialize, parents and athletes as well. In North Berwick, we'll be staying at guest homes. Guest homes are the equivalent of Airbnb, VRBO.com. They're very nice. North Berwick is a spectacular town. We are within walking distance of everything, just like we are in St. Andrews. We're hard on the sea. Everything is right there. The views are amazing. Restaurants, shops, golf courses, the views are just spectacular. Everyone in St. Andrews, we will be sharing bedrooms. Everyone has their own private bed, and we will be sharing bathrooms. Just a little background, these homes that we're staying in were built prior to indoor plumbing. Therefore, bathrooms are at a premium over there. You're going to have to be sharing, you're going to have to be respectful of everyone else on your team. You will be staying with your team the entire time. As we're over there, if you look at the homes, you'll notice there are what appear to be downspouts coming out of a lot of the walls. That actually is how they have retrofitted most of these homes with indoor plumbing. The plumbing actually comes out of the wall, down and into the ground, into the sewage system. In North Berwick, we will have a washer and dryer in each unit, so you will be able to wash your clothes. Dana, myself, and Sienna, my daughter, will all be happy to help. Your coach can also help with getting some of the laundry done. Packing. Everything should be soft-sided luggage. That includes your golf travel case. The large hard-sided luggage cases we really prefer not to have. They're very cumbersome to carry around. They're going to be a pain for you, and they take up an incredible amount of space both in our van, our bus rather, and in the house itself. So please use soft-sided luggage that we can break down a little bit and put it where we need it to go. One bag per person plus your golf travel bag. Your golf travel bag will cost an additional $100 each way on the flight. That's one of the few additional expenses that we have with this tournament. We really have done as much as we can to avoid any additional costs other than the original $39.90 per person. The $39.90 includes all of your golf. It includes really everything other than lunches, the golf bag travel fee, and souvenirs. We tell everyone plan on taking about $200 and you should be fine. If you're going to want to get additional souvenirs, you may want to bring a little additional money or have a credit card that you can put them on. Food, while we're over there, we will be eating a lot of our meals at the dorm in St. Andrews. The breakfasts are fantastic. They're varied. There are plenty of things to choose from and plenty of food. Dinners, we have some of the dinners catered. Some of them will be going out. It's a good variety. It's good, healthy food. Lunches, as I said, you're on your own. You'll be able to order those off the menu at the clubhouse. Attire. Golfers, the athletes that we've taken over in the past, and I'm sure this year will be no different, everyone dresses appropriately. It's just nice golf attire is what we will be wearing. Shirts will be tucked in, hats will be worn forward. The Scots have their rules and they expect us to abide by them as well as everyone else. That's the way they do things over there. If you do happen to have your hat on when you go into the clubhouse, you will more than likely be told pretty quickly, "Excuse me, sir, you'll need to remove your hat." "Excuse me, ma'am, you need to remove the hat." They're succinct, they're firm, but they don't mean anything by it. It just is their rule, and they expect us to do that. I kind of like it. I know what the rules are, and we'll go over all those when we're there. In town for dinners and afterward. Jeans, t-shirts are a little bit casual. Sometimes you can wear those if we're going to a casual place or while we're hanging at the dorms or the houses. Other than that, you're going to want to be wearing a golf shirt, jeans. Sweatshirts are fine, but no holes in the jeans. Everything, again, has to look nice and appropriate. Shoes, golf shoes. Don't bring a brand new pair of golf shoes. You want 2 pair waterproof golf shoes that you have worn before. I know too many people, it's a big trip of a lifetime, and they wind up going out and buying a brand new pair of shoes. 9 holes into walking the first round, they're limping, they have blisters, and it makes for a less comfortable trip. Wear your golf shoes for at least 2 or 3 rounds before you go over. Team. While you're over there, you will be with your team. Your team will consist of 7 other golfers and your coach. You guys will travel together everywhere you go. You'll travel to dinner together, you'll hang together. There'll be plenty of interaction with all of the other team members, all of the other teams, with the Scottish players, all of that. But where and when you go, it is with the team. Coaches. The coaches will be chosen either one of our experienced professionals, or we have high school coaches that will be going as well. The reasoning behind the high school coaches, it's a couple of things. One, as a high school coach, we're very familiar with getting a team ready, getting them prepared, and onto the bus on time. That's a big part of what high school coaches do. We manage. We just try and get everyone managed and ready to go on time. So they have experience. The other positive with the high school coaches is the high schools all vet these coaches to a great degree. There are background checks, there's fingerprinting done. We know these coaches have been well vetted and their backgrounds have been looked into. These are very good, safe, and experienced coaches that we have going with us. The coaches will be chosen, it will be one of the athlete on your team's coach. So if you are signed up for this tour, Let me know that your coach is interested, and we will get in touch with them. We will have a drawing to determine which one of the coaches will be going with us. For the coaches, the trip is completely free other than their airfare. Payments. Everyone, I believe, has paid their $500 deposit. After the $500, the next payment will be due the week after your meeting. The payment after that will be $1,250, and that will be due January 15th. March 1st is the final payment of $1,245. There is a 5% discount for the entire trip for anyone that pays at or before their meeting. Parent and family options. We do have plenty of parents that go along. It's an amazing place. We can arrange golf for you, even if you're not a golfer. Scotland, it's beautiful, it's fun, the people are wonderful, the food is now very good as opposed to what it was 20 years ago. It's a fun experience. You're welcome and encouraged to follow your athlete while playing their matches. They do insist that there is no coaching, no assistance. Positive feedback, clapping, cheering, those type of things are fine. Taking photographs, highly encouraged. Your opponents, the Scots, they really enjoy showing their golf courses to us, showing their clubs to us. They're proud of them, as we would be, and they want us to see it, and they want to put their best foot forward. They'd be more than happy to take photos, just ask. The parents will also be staying in St. Andrews at David Russell Apartments. If you are an individual, a single room option, you will have your own private room and bath. If you are double occupancy, you will be sharing with the other person. In North Berwick, again, we will be staying in private guest homes. And with those, you will have your own private bedroom, but you will be sharing a bathroom. NCSA, Next College Student Athlete. This is a program that I became privy to through my son, actually. I really thought I'd be able to do the recruiting and get him looks from all the coaches that I needed to. And as we went into this, I realized how time consuming this actually was. It is to do it properly and to really get your athlete out there. It is incredibly time consuming and difficult. Just finding the information, finding the contact numbers for a large number of schools is not easy. If your athlete is a Division I candidate, high level, that is going to be looked at by the top end schools, that's a different situation, and that may not be, the need for NCSA may not be there if that's the case. However, we have also found NCSA to be a great liaison and a great help with ACT test. They have a Princeton class that is included with the NCSA sign-up. Through Scotland Junior Golf Invitational, NCSA has offered each athlete a free web page and discounts on their premium programs. Once you have signed up, Paul Adrian will be getting in contact with the athlete, and we'll set up a time where he can speak with your athlete and with the parents. He is not a hard sell guy. He's very informative. He explains the process, explains NCSA's involvement. They are the #1 product out there. Aiden has 4 offers currently, and I don't know that we would have even approached any of the 4 schools. They're very nice schools. They have his major. They have very good, solid golf programs, and they all seem to be a very good fit. Preparing for the trip. Just a heads up, we will be walking, not just the golf courses, but we're walking all over town. You guys are young athletes. You guys do walk quite a bit when you're playing tournaments. Up to the tournament in Scotland, I'm asking that you really make an effort to get out there and walk as much as you can. If you can play 36 holes a couple of times beforehand, I would recommend it, because we have multiple days on our trip that we will be playing 36 holes. Typically, you carry over there. They do have trolleys that they rent for £5. The trolley is the same as a push cart over here. They're high quality. They do a great job. And if you're a little concerned about it, or if you typically use a push cart, I would recommend that you just grab a trolley at the start of your round. Pace of play. Pace of play with Americans, it tends to be an issue in Scotland. With the juniors, not as much as with the adults. I will say we do want to be prepared. I'll work with you all. We'll talk about it on the trip. The biggest thing is, as you're walking up to the green, be prepared. When it's your turn to hit, be ready where you walk up, you take one practice swing, and you hit. You're not still choosing your club. You're not still debating what you're going to do. When you're on the putting green, if you typically look at it from both sides, that's fine. You can still do that, but we need to do it in a timely manner. In other words, any way that you can without distracting your opponent. Look at it from the other side, look at it from your side prior to your opponent putting. The competition itself, it is match play. The team portion is all match play. Match play is the most fun way, in my opinion, to play golf. You take an 8 on a hole in a tournament, that can ruin a 1, 2, or a 3-day tournament. You could have shot yourself almost out of the tournament with 1 or 2 bad holes. In match play, you take an 8, the next hole you make a birdie, and you're even up again. It's a wonderful way to play. You do need to have a short memory. A lot of people feel that with match play you get more aggressive. I lean the other way. I think the best thing you can do in match play is just stay in that match. Fairways and greens put an awful lot of pressure on that opponent, and eventually they will wear down. Doesn't mean there won't be times that you get a little more aggressive or you try a little something, but just be patient. We'll have a great time going over a lot of that while we're over there, because I know a lot of the American golfers do not play a whole lot of match play. That is what's played NCAA tournaments at all levels now, so we want to be prepared. The North Berwick and singles portion of the tournament this year, for the first time, will be stroke play. We will be recording that, and it will be used toward ranking points. Now to the fun part, the trip itinerary. We'll start with the girls tour. Girls will be leaving the USA on July the 8th. They arrive in Edinburgh on the 9th, the morning of the 9th. We'll all meet up at Edinburgh Airport. We'll move out to our private coach. We will load up the coach and we will head straight to St. Andrews David Russell Apartments. Once we arrive there, we'll get everyone checked in. We'll have an opportunity to walk around town, and after that we'll have some dinner and everyone will be about ready to turn in and get some sleep. The first day, it's the one thing that you don't want to do is get to the apartments and take a significant nap at all. You want to keep your energy level up. You want to do everything you can to stay awake until that evening. If you do that and are successful, by the next morning you are acclimated with the time change and you are ready to go. July 10th will be a practice round at St. Andrews. That morning, again, we'll get a chance to walk around, go to a couple of souvenir shops, see the home of golf, and then that afternoon we will get our first round at St. Andrews Links. July 11th, the team matches start. The first match will be a alternate shot. You will be playing with someone that you probably have never met before. You will not be playing with anyone on your team. We do this to mix things up so that you meet people from other teams. You get an opportunity to have a friend on another team by the end of that round. It's great fun. Foursomes, for most Americans who aren't familiar with what foursomes is, that is the same as alternate shot. It is a much more popular game over there. It is great fun. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever given, and I'm giving to you, in foursomes, tendency is to say I'm sorry an awful lot. Avoid that. Your opponent, if you hit a bad or a marginal shot, your partner, they don't want to hear about the shot you just hit. It's time to go forward, and it's time to get ready for their shot. What you want to do is be positive, knock it back out there, I got you. Just get me anywhere out on the golf course and we'll get up and down. Just stay positive. That's another one of the big tips that I will give in match play. After we complete the foursomes rounds, we will almost immediately be going back out for the first team match. Your team of 8 will be playing against another team, either from another state in the US or from Scotland or one of the other international teams. There will be 2 singles matches and the rest will be better ball matches. The winning teams will move forward. The teams that lose will move into the consolation bracket. There will be 3 team matches over these 2 days. All this will be taking place at Crail Golfing Society. They have 36 holes there. The Balcomie course, which was built in the late 1800s, and the Craighead course, which was built much more recently by Gil Hanse. They're both wonderful seaside golf courses, some of the most attractive golf courses in the world. You'll love the experience. There's some fun, quirky holes. Balcomie is a short course. From the tips, it's just over 6,000 yards. But there are going to be holes. There will be par 4s, 350 yards downwind that are reachable. There will be par 4s that are 350 yards long into the wind that you hit driver and you're going to have a hybrid and may or may not get there. It's part of Scottish golf. After the July 12th matches, we will have the award ceremony, and then we'll be back in St. Andrews for one more day. The course for the 13th is still to be determined. We'll know that here by January. It just depends on what events are being held in Scotland at the time. July 14th, we will transfer to North Berwick. Private coach transfer again. All the teams will be on the same bus and we'll travel together. It's great fun. It's good camaraderie. Once we get to North Berwick, we'll drop off all of our things. Then we'll get back on the bus. We'll go to Tantallon Castle, which is a spectacular castle ruin between North Berwick and Dunbar. We'll spend about an hour there. Great photo opportunities, great history. It's really interesting. After we finish up there, we'll go out to Dunbar Links, a beautiful seaside golf course. It's another course that my wife and I are members at, and just love it. Their clubhouse is known for being the closest to the sea of any clubhouse in the world. It is about 60 feet from the back door to the edge of the sea. July 15th, we will be playing 36 holes at the Glen. The Glen is a James Bray design in North Berwick itself. Great fun, a little different style from anything we've played so far. It is right on the sea, but you're elevated for most of the course. Beautiful, spectacular views, some really good and fun golf holes. July 16th, North Berwick West Links. Not only is it ranked in the top 40 of the world, Golf Digest last year ranked it as the #1 most fun golf course in the world to play. It's the first course I played when I came over to Scotland in 1990, and I've had an affinity for it ever since. I try hard not to oversell, but if there was one course that I could play for the rest of my life and no others, North Berwick West Links would be it. It's quirky, fun holes. If you go on Instagram, we will have postings with some videos of a lot of the courses. Make sure and watch some of these. You'll get a little bit of a feel of what you're in for, what you can look forward to. That's on the 16th. That evening we'll have our final dinner, and on the 17th, early that morning, we'll load up and head back to the USA. For the boys tour, the tournament itself will be basically parallel what the girls tournament was. We will be playing different courses, however. For the boys, the practice round on the 21st is at St. Andrews. The 22nd is still to be determined. There is a very good chance we'll be playing at London Links Golf Club, which is a wonderful seaside links in Fife, about 15-20 minutes away from St. Andrews. That will, again, we'll know that here in the next month or so. On the 23rd, we will have 36 holes at St. Andrews. So boys, you're going to get 3 rounds at St. Andrews proper. Great fun. All the courses there are wonderful. Any questions about the courses themselves, text, email me. Not a problem at all. You will enjoy it. On the 24th, again, we have another round to be determined. The 25th, we will transfer to North Berwick. We're scheduled to play that day at Dunbar Links. Just like the girls, we will go by Tantallon Castle and visit there on our way out to Dunbar. The 26th will be our round at North Berwick West Links. And again, can't say enough about this golf course. The aesthetics, the enjoyment, there's a wall that runs all through the golf course. You have to hit over the wall 4 times while you're playing. And then our last round on July 27th will be at the Glen Golf Club. That is a pretty good overview of what we're going to be doing on this tour. It is competitive, but it is a fun competition. It's enjoyable. You're going to meet a lot of like-minded athletes, a lot of great people. You will have some friends for life. Any questions at all, please do contact me. Everyone should have my cell number. It's 314-520-7109. You can text me, you can call, or you can email me. Thanks for taking the time to view this, and I look forward to meeting everyone.